Zombie apocalypse.
What is going on, guys? Flawless, welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing Lina as part of my noob series guide. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the guides, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Lina in the mid lane. That's basically where I play her. You could play her off lane or safe lane, it's honestly up to you, but I'm going to teach you my tricks on how to play her in the mid lane. Now in this gameplay, you guys will be seeing that I'm playing against the Void Spirit. Now definitely Void Spirit has its ways of dealing with Lina to a certain extent, but more than less, you're going to win the engagement more of the time. Now, unless this is ranked and you're playing against divine players, that's a whole other story. But when you're playing unranked, Void Spirit does not match up onto a Lina, unless you're just really bad with Lina and you haven't been playing her as much, and that Void Spirit is pretty much a pro. But other than that, you have the range advantage and you have a lot of AoE damage as well. Now, Lina could farm the waves quite quickly, so I definitely suggest you level up your Q and your E passive. So if you guys level up your passive, the more spells you use, the quicker she has that attack speed. So it builds up in terms of stacks. 3 stacks is the max. So Lina is one of those heroes where you don't necessarily have to build attack speed into her. You could, so she has that fixed attack speed all the time and you don't have to depend on your passive, but you're going to be using your spells constantly because their cooldown is so damn quick. It just doesn't hurt, and it's definitely an item less you guys have to use. Now in terms of items, I always tell you guys to start off with stats in the mid lanes. That's definitely a given for me. If you guys need to start off with tangos, branches, and things like that, I'll be putting up my recommended build for Lina to start off the lane, and it's not the same in every single game, but that's just how I feel about it. That's not the one I used in this gameplay, but you guys can follow on this one as well. It works as long as you guys have healing, you guys got mangoes, and you have some stats and damage. You're gonna do very well in the mid lane, especially because you're gonna have that advantage over other people. Now some people like to rush their bottle and things like that. I don't tend to rush bottle at all. I definitely like to take my time and definitely have regen, which is gonna keep you alive in the mid lane. I rarely go back to base because I need heals. I always have a salve on me, and if I don't, I ship it out. Tangos, they're efficient to a certain extent, but I'd rather have 2 salves than 2 stacks of tangos. Now it's obviously more efficient in terms of your money, but sometimes it's just not as great. I like having the salve. I pull out of the fight, I lose a couple creeps, but I have my HP back, and then I get a couple mangoes instead of clarities, because clarities, they get canceled quite quickly, and the mango is just right off the bat instant, and that's definitely going to help you guys out. So now for the boots, I recommend you guys to use either face boots or treads. I normally go phase boots, but treads, I've been trying them out and they're actually really good because of that extra attack speed it gives you and those extra stats. So definitely could go for that. Unless you guys want to go for right click damage, then you could go for phase boots, but it's honestly up to you and your personal preference. Now you guys should have 2 null talismans. That's basically like your beginning to mid game kind of itemization. You guys should have that, and then I definitely recommend the Yule Scepter or the Shadow Blade. So that's honestly up to you and your playstyle. If you want to disable one of the carries and he's just doing a lot of damage, you want to get the Yule Scepter, but if you just want to be sneaky around the map, then you should definitely get the Shadow Blade. All games are not the same, so you should definitely just do what you think is best. Now Shadow Blade more than less will help you much better, especially on the sneaky ganks, and do much more work, but like I said, it's honestly up to you guys. Then you guys need to get the Agnum Scepter. Now that helps this ultimate that she has do much more damage and also pierce spell immunity, which means if they have BKB, you don't care about BKB. You are gonna go right through that BKB, and it's honestly such a great ability. And towards the end of the game, if you guys have that extra money, I would definitely recommend a refresher orb, which is definitely going to come in quite handy for those tanky characters that you need to pop 2 ults into them. So maybe an axe, a bristleback, something like that. You want to pop 2 ults into them and get them much weaker for your teammates to take care of them. You can definitely do that. But honestly, after the Agnum Scepter, you need a BKB. If you want to live during the fights, you need a BKB. And then right after that, you should get a Daedalus. So it's up to you if you want to get the refresher orb, but you need a Daedalus just for that damage if you're going to go for right click damage. And that's pretty much my build and something that I wanted you guys to know. And it definitely is what works for me. But if you guys have a different build, build. Definitely let me know in the comment section below. I would like to see what you guys build for Lina and what position you guys like to play her. Do you like to play her in the mid lane, safe lane, or off lane? I definitely like to know that. Lina just plays very well when just relaxed, playing a little bit relaxed in the back. She's not too great when she's right up in people's faces, just because she is a ranged character and she doesn't tend to have a lot of HP. But if you do have to get into that, you should just spam your abilities so you get the stacks and get all that damage and that attack speed. But hopefully you guys did enjoy that video. If you guys did, a like would be much appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Take care.